There's no pop song that is written like that. Like a fake chorus, verse, fake chorus, and then a real chorus. It's like insane. I don't know any song that is built like that. I actually met him. It was me, Dori, and Eve from Red Access. They picked us up from the airport and it was like, wait, we're waiting for another guy because we played the festival. Giorgio comes in the car.
That's
and
the
we're like,
guy.
Giorgio!
Hi everyone, welcome to Record Room, the show where we host our favorite artists from the local scene, interview them, and have them showcase the most treasured records of their collection. Today we have new age pop phenomena and co-founder of Red Access, Bitfoot!
How are we gonna have fun?
This is my third beer already, so it's gonna be popping. I'm just gonna say it was super hard for me to pick the vinyls because I have many vinyls and we're gonna talk a lot about them, but also like today I usually listen to a lot of stuff on Spotify. So if I like something, I either find it in a record store or I have like something from my childhood, but usually I don't recommend getting vinyls. I think it's bad for you.
In a record shop.
Stick to Spotify or iTunes. I bought this one like 5 years ago and I never heard it. You know what I mean? Like I never heard. No, I mean I know the album.
I know what's inside.
I know what's inside, but I never played it. When I was 17, I used to listen to the Strokes a lot. It was back when we had only like MySpace and stuff like that. So I like a friend of mine from the States brought it to me as a gift, and I didn't know of them. I just fell in love with the band. I thought Julian Casablancas is like the coolest thing ever.
Right.
But like I always wanted to be like a cool guy who was like singing like Julian Casablancas, like yeah. But I'm not that guy, but I really wanted to be that guy. I used to listen to this album and their whole albums and just sing on the album. And I also had a band when I was 17 that we did cover versions of the Strokes. And we called ourselves the Storks.
Wow.
And
original.
I was like the guitar player and the singer. And I just love the music. It sounds like the Stooges and Lou Reed, but like more sweet and a candy version of something hardcore, which I think that is really Bitfoot, you know, like taking something super intense and making it a little bit more pink. Big octopus man. The girl in me. So I grew up in the 90s and most of the music I heard was like Aqua, Venga Boys, Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, stuff like that. And it wasn't something you can buy on vinyl. I mean, it was just like that period of time.
Yeah.
You know, like vinyls were booming and then CDs came to be, and then vinyls were like dropping to zero sales in vinyls, all the 90s. So like bands like Spice Girls, Aqua, Venga Boys, Backstreet Boys, they never released it on vinyl. It was just like the premiere was on a CD. So I had to have it because it's like one of my favorite albums ever. I think as pop goes, this is insane. There's some brilliant stuff here. The production is amazing. What's interesting about the song, if we can talk a little bit about pop culture, is that it starts with like something that you think is the chorus. Like, I tell you what I want, you think that's the chorus. And then there's like a verse. You want my future, forget my past, and there's like, I tell you what I want, and you think, okay, it's like chorus, verse, chorus. But then there's a real chorus coming in. It's like, now I can't remember, but let's play it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's, which is crazy.
Yeah,
there's no pop song that is written like that. Like a fake chorus, verse, fake chorus, and then a real chorus. It's like insane. I don't know any song that is built like that.
Wait. Don't stop.
I'm really concentrating on understanding what he's saying.
When the synth and snares enter.
I actually met him when I was touring with Red Access. I met him.
No way.
Yes.
Where?
In Mexico. It was me, Dori, and Eve from Red Access, and we were taking. They picked us up from the airport, and it was like, wait, we're waiting for another guy because we played the festival. And we're like, okay. and we're waiting, and then like Giorgio comes in the car.
That's
and we're
the
like,
guy.
Giorgio! So it was like me, Dori, and even Giorgio in the car driving all the way to the festival.
Wow.
I don't know. I have so much stuff to say about Giorgio. First of all, look how silly. Have you ever seen anything dumber than that?
He has a serious mustache.
It's just stupid.
What a mustache.
He has a big mustache and
It's a
sunglasses.
huge mustache, actually.
And he looks really serious, but he's like the most. He's also not serious. He's also really fun and camp, and he's super silly. He's really good. And for me, I always have like a love and hate relationship with disco. I think disco is good, but it can also be like very soft. And I like stuff that are really intense. Like I like pop music that is intense because it's ridiculous, or I like hardcore techno, or stuff that is like grabs you and slaps you in the face, you know?
Right.
And disco a lot of the time sounds to me like people are mingling and drinking drinks and not really, like the music is just like...
By the pool with a cigar, maybe?
Yes, which is nice, but I rather have music which is more intense. And I think Giorgio did that because he did like high energy disco, like
Right.
all the arpeggiators, like Donna Summer, like I love those arpeggiators. I think they're stuck in my mind ever since I heard them the first time. When I listen to it, I feel like mostly I've been listening to this in airports, you know, like when you're in an airport and you really want to like space out and not think about anything, just hear this. We should switch to like cognac drinks and
Yeah.
cigars and like. So yeah, Chili Gonzalez, he has like 3 solo pianos. His real name is Justin Beck. It's not his real name, Chili Gonzalez, but it's like an
He's
amazing
not
name.
even Mexican, or what is he?
I don't know. I don't think.
pretending to be
No. He's like Canadian, French, Jewish, something like that. And anyway, he started with like he was like a rapper, and Feist and Peaches, you know Peaches.
Yeah.
They were like his 2 background singers in the early 2000s, like end of 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
And he was like doing really silly rap. And I learned about him through Feist because he was her producer. I don't know. He's worked with a lot of stuff like Daft Punk, Boys Noise.
Is he?
He works with a lot of people, and then he started to do like solo pianos because he's like a classical trained musician.
Interesting.
So he has 3 albums that's called Solo Piano 1, 2, and 3. Just like miniatures, how to take classical music and put it into 2 minutes, 3-minute pop songs. No instruments at all, just piano, and it's beautiful. In my lifetime, this has got to be the album I've listened to the most in my life. I listen to it every day on my way to work, in airports, all the time. So he had this famous saying that he said, like, because he did rap music before that, and then he started to do the solo pianos, and people, suddenly his career boomed because he did like this, because he's not a good rapper. So it's like everyone was like telling him, shut up and play the piano, you know, because this is his best work. So he doesn't like it, but this is what he does best.
Okay, this one I was really looking forward to listen to because I think that like the Baloo song is like, I grew up on that song. And this one is
The Bare
actually in
Necessities.
German, in Deutsch.
Yeah, this one is in
How did
in
it came
Deutsch.
to your hand?
I'm not sure how it came to my hand, actually.
That's the best.
I'm not sure, but like it was important for me to bring it because, first of all, yeah, the Bare Necessities of Baloo, and also Louis Prima has like the ooh, I want to be like you, I want to walk like you.
Yeah.
This has like the best groove and shuffle. And
Yeah.
also, like for me,
It's like bebop.
it's exactly
50s
that.
kind of.
Yeah. It's amazing. We're gonna play it. It's in German, but that's the only version I found of it. But it was important for me to bring it because, like, I think everyone here also, and like producers and people who are like doing serious club music, you know, like
Okay.
there's like this kind of like feeling where you're like doing serious club music, like
Okay.
where like everyone is like, yeah, we're cool, we're doing serious stuff, you know, this sounds dope, you know. But like actually everyone knows the ridiculous stuff, and this is the stuff that we grew up on, and it's hardwired into our brain. Like you cannot push it out once you know about this. Everyone has the Walt Disney kind of stuff imprinted in their mind, you know? So it's like, I'm sure there's a little bit of Walt Disney in everything I do also. So
It's in all of us.
embrace the Disney side of you.
That's it for today, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Beatfoot.
Thank you.
Record Room at the Nueva Record Shop. We want to say special thanks to Teder in Tel Aviv. See you next time.